May my love, may my greater than my greater. May my love, may my greater than my greater. Hi, my name is Leah Morris, and this will be a really great time to talk about my process for arranging for choral singing. So there are pretty much 4 basic steps or elements that I incorporate when I'm arranging to sing with a community group. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think about them most of the time. Usually once I have a melody and, sort of the kernel of the song, I will feed it into my looper or into my DAW, such as GarageBand, and listen to what harmonies lend themselves, what feels true, right? What will hold the melody and keep the experience, the musical experience dynamic. That being said, when I kind of reverse engineer what I'm doing, here are the steps. So that's number 1. That's the intuition. That's what I would recommend to anyone who trusts their own musical expression. Just listen to your kernel, your song, and ask yourself, how can I accentuate what's here already? And if you are looking to formalize your intuition a bit, here are the 3 elements that I incorporate. 1 is an awareness of vocal ranges. When I started arranging for choirs, I really didn't take into consideration what the constraints are for each voice. I'm grateful to have a pretty wide vocal range myself, so I will just sing anywhere from low or high within a part, and it generally will land. I just go where my voice allows me. But what I'm recognizing is that a lot of people are comfortable singing within a prescribed range: bass, tenor, alto, soprano, bass being lowest, soprano the highest. And it is very helpful as an arranger when we keep this in mind when we're offering parts to people. Does this person's voice prefer, or does it tend to fall within a higher, middle, or lower range? So that's the first step. Becoming somewhat familiar with what these vocal ranges are. And I'll show you right now on the piano. You can Google this and maybe get slightly different information, but my experience in working with community choirs has the bass range. This is middle C. So the F, an octave below middle C, and probably farther. Jacob, who is now 15, can sing this deep very comfortably. So that's your bass range. Wouldn't go above middle C. Typically, I will write for tenors between these F and F, with middle C being there. For altos, again, this is middle C. And I won't go below the A below middle C if I can avoid it for altos. And I won't go as high as the C an octave above middle C. So this is pretty much happy territory for many altos and sopranos. I will try to keep it above middle C and not extend too far above the D or E above an octave above middle C. Obviously, these vocal ranges are somewhat arbitrary, and you're going to have, different capacities with the folks that you're working with. But based on my experience with several choirs, this is approximately the ranges within which you'll be safe to write for your typical community, non-professional singers. The second element is rhythm. Whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, 16th notes, triplets, and other ways of dividing the measure. For example, if you have a measure with 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, a whole note would be held for the duration of 1, half notes, half, hum, right? So that's the division of the measure, the time, the beat. And the reason this is helpful is if you're looking to do something polyrhythmic or other than directly parallel to your melody. So for example, we have the melody, may our love be greater than our fear. So it starts with a pickup, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. So I know that's my ground melody. But if I want to do something that's outside of or that accentuates that rhythm, knowing where the rhythm falls helps me know what's open. May my 1, 2, right where I've got that first half note, maybe, and spoiler alert, that's what I do. I want to bring in some more movement. So I've got this rhythm that's already established, and I'm bringing in another rhythm beneath it that allows them to play off of one another. So what I actually wound up with rhythmically is da, 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 and then a da, da, da that comes right behind it in a call and response sort of rhythm. The final element is harmonics. So harmonics refer to the chord structure that holds up your melody. If you have twinkle, twinkle, little star, twinkle, da, 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 as opposed to da, 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 da. Let's take that to the piano too. Okay, have a listen to twinkle, twinkle, little star, or twinkle, twinkle, little star. Neither of those is wrong. It's just harmonized differently. So twinkle, twinkle, obviously that's the one we're used to. It's got the major chord beneath it. That's what we're used to hearing. If we change the harmonics, it changes the message, it changes the feel of the song. And so the harmonics basically refer to the chords that are beneath the melodic structure. So one more note in conclusion. Do you need to play piano, understand music theory to arrange for choirs, for community choirs? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I refer to my first point, which is intuition, to me, is the strongest tool that we have for creating beautiful, universal music. So let me know what you thought of this brief overview of how I arrange for SATB choir singing. If you want more information, if you want me to kind of give more detail, I'm happy to do that. If you have a different approach or something that would complete this approach for others, please add that in the comments. I appreciate you subscribing, liking, and sharing. And I will have a video for the complete arrangement of this song in, who knows, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you soon.